If Donald Trump can be the president of the United States, anybody can. The bar was lowered when Donald Trump became the president of the United States, the 45th president of the United States. The bar was lowered. The bar was lowered a whole lot. Although he lost the general election to Hillary Clinton, he still became the president. Now, his supporters that are claiming that he was cheated this last time around, they not willing to give Hillary Clinton the same benefit. Hillary Clinton mopped the floor with him in the general election, in the popular vote. It was the Electoral College that put him over. Donald Trump himself said years ago, I think it was in a debate, that he didn't like the Electoral College. He said it was rigged. But running as a Republican, the Electoral College benefited him. Although it's evident and it's factual proof that he lost to Hillary Clinton with the popular vote. That's fact. Can't nobody go back and debunk that. Can't nobody go back and say that's a lie. Although his supporters would say anything. They still, just like him, running around now claiming he was cheated. Even after Fox News had to cough up close to $1 billion in supporting that lie, he's still leaning on it that he was cheated. He never came out and admit yet that he lost. Never. Now, whether he believed it or not, we don't know. Whether he actually believed he lost or not, we don't know. He could be just pushing it on for political reasons. But just to say you lost, and never presented any evidence that you claim that you had, along with Giuliani. Not only in Georgia, they never presented any evidence in Wisconsin. They never presented any evidence in Arizona, Georgia, Pennsylvania. I think them were like the 4 states that were crucial. Even them on Trump's side, in some states, in Wisconsin, stop counting votes. In Arizona, keep counting the votes. The people in Georgia told him flat out on the phone, Republican State Secretary official, you lost, Mr. President. Do you have any factual evidence that prove anything different? We just can't go on your word, and you want us to do something to help you and throw us under the bus. That's what he was trying to do. Pressure, bribe, manipulate. blackmail, all the other things associated with manipulation tactics. He's tried it. He tried them all. Pressure. Okay, you know election coming up, right? You know this coming up, right? So he pushed all the buttons he can push to try to get their help. At the end of the day, it didn't work. All he had to do was present the evidence that he claimed they had. Giuliani was running around the country holding false hearings in hotel rooms and hotel conference rooms and stuff, supposedly having evidence. He never brought it to the officials. Out of one side of his mouth, they saying the poll workers, the people that count the ballots or whatever, wasn't close enough to see the signatures on the ballot. Then on the other hand, they were. And they can see that the people were just pushing ballots through. They was talking out of both sides of his mouth. Donald Trump is responsible for them two women that went through that trauma after he put their names out there. After he ruined them women. They done got a settlement now. But the emotional stress, Donald Trump is inspired by Alex Jones. Alex Jones got in trouble for saying what he's saying, ignorant stuff about them kids. You know, at their school, Sandy Hook. Alex Jones used the airways and used his what to send people out there to actually go after them folks. This some dangerous stuff, y'all. Anytime people can speak, use the airways, TV, radio, what have you, social, to get you to go out there and do something, they just show you that's direct proof of the time we living in. People got weak minds. They easily to be controlled. That's why them people went up to the Capitol on January 6th. Then they tried to put it on everybody else. Donald Trump stood up there. I heard A.R. Williams try to defend Trump on it. Donald Trump stood up there on that stage, incited them people. He knew what they were there for. He stood there and incited them people. Said, we are going to the Capitol. We are going there to fight like hit. We are going. Don't miss that. Donald Trump said, we are going to the Capitol building to protest and to fight like hell for the... What happened to Donald Trump? I would like to ask A.R. Williams that. What happened to Donald Trump? When was the next time we seen Donald Trump? And what was their purpose? What was their purpose? They failed at their mission, but what was their purpose? Oh, them were Antifa folks that went up there. Them people was already the people opened the door and let them people, the Capitol, yeah, was open because they said they were having tours. They was having tours. I don't know why they didn't stop the tours till after all this stuff was settled, but nevertheless, people was going in there. So everybody that was in there wasn't there to protest. Some people was going there just to tour the and they overran it because they locked the doors when them protesters start to come up on the steps and stuff. That's when they locked the doors. So yeah, there were people already in there that had nothing to do with the protesting. They were there just to tour the Capitol. Certain time of year, January and stuff like that and whatnot, people take vacations and go to Washington, do that. So they were trying to put the book, Trump supporters trying to pass the book on everybody, put it off on anybody. There were Antifa. There were other people. The cops opened the door and allowed people to come in. All them people that went down and is still going to prison getting sentenced to prison, federal prison, were Trump supporters. A lot of them high-profile people, doctors, lawyers, business folks. They went up there, got themselves in that trouble. All over a lie that was proven a lie. Fox News got sued behind that lie. They had to cough up close to $1 billion because of Trump. The man had no proof, and he couldn't let it go. If you got the proof to prove, if you got the evidence to prove that you was cheated, why not present it? We can't hold the elections up till you decide to get ready, till you decide you ready to present the evidence. We got a strict time frame here. If Donald Trump had his way, it'll be held up right to the day. That was his aim. Stuff he do not in court. Hope. That's his MO. Tie stuff up in courts. Tied up in court. He been doing that since he's been a businessman. And they want to look at his wealth and success to say he's qualified. He's a businessman. He's a billionaire. He know how to run the country. Look at all of Donald Trump's failures. First of all, he inherited a large sum of money. So he got a jump start. Donald Trump is a gambler. A gambler is not necessarily a smart investor who started from the bottom with a little and then built a portfolio like what we have now. Other people. Donald Trump just so happened to fall into riches. And having all that money, you're able to invest, gamble on some things, just like you go to the casino. You have enough money to get on the crap table or to play the slots. You gambling. You putting money on the line. You gambling. Especially on the crap table. You gambling. You got enough money to pretty much cover the board. You can play the numbers. You can play the win line, the bet line. You can play the other odds. Somebody get on a hot roll, you can make a lot of money in a short period of time. You can bet up. You can cover the table pretty much. Somebody come in and get on a cold roll, you subject to crap out and lose everything after the first roll. That's how Donald Trump experienced some success. When you able to put money here and to put money there, invest money here, invest money, you gamble. You have, you can afford to gamble and take losses, and you still can go back and cover your losses up. See what I'm saying? That's what Donald Trump did. So it's not like Donald Trump is a mad mathematical genius. Hell, we don't even know Donald Trump educational level. All that stuff is on lockdown. He had the nerve to try to call out AOC, I think it was, about 2 years ago. He had the nerve to try to call her out on her education level. That woman is super smart. All them women up there at the Capitol, all them women in politics are smart. They done been to school. They done been to college. They got the degrees. They know what they doing. Just because Donald Trump is a billionaire, and we know he have inflated his net worth over the years. That's why he been in the court for that's why he in trouble now. Been in court for lying to the banks, inflating his values. His value. We go back, we see what Trump was hell bent on making a Forbes list. So he would inflate his values even back then to try to. Donald Trump love money. He's a gambler. A gambler can strike it, can make a bet and gamble and get rich. A gambler can make a bet and go broke. Lots of them do. I think they say now that Bruno Mars is in a whole lot, almost broke. I think they said they wiped his debt clean out there in Vegas. I don't know how they did that, but it is what it is. You got a gambler. Donald Trump is a gambler. You can't bet. You can't rely on a gambler. A gambler don't make a smart investor. It just so happens it's the roll of the dice. You have enough money where you can cover. You roll the dice and you lose. You ain't gonna go broke that night because you're a billionaire. You done lost a lot of money, but you still walking away rich. Then if you stay around the table long enough, you probably can come back up that same night. That's the way gambling go. Slot machines. People go in there and bet big on the slot machine. You win, and you can lose. That don't make you a smart investor. Cause a lot of people tell you, don't go gambling. Don't go to the casino. But lots of people do it. That's why they have high limits. You can take $100 and go in the casino and come out there with about $50,000. I ain't seen that. You can take $100, go in the casino, and win $5,000, $6,000 easily. If you just so happen to sit down at the right hot machine and play the right denomination. I see people hit all the time. People hit all the time. It's a gamble. It's a chance. So we can't take that Donald Trump portfolio and his to say that qualifies him to be the president. He don't have no policies. The 4 years Donald Trump was in there, he was only concerned about him abusing his power, doing stuff he wasn't supposed to do. He was going around Congress. He was doing stuff, doing a lot of underhanded stuff. That's why he got impeached twice. If the Republicans hadn't listened to Donald Trump and cooperated with the Democrats during the impeachment hearing, Donald Trump would have been convicted. They had him. It just was the fact that some information that they needed that was in the that had to be approved or whatever, gathered by the conservatives and handed over to them, they didn't go along, and that's why Donald Trump was pressuring them. Donald Trump was on the phone. He was watching TV. Every time he looked like they might crack. They probably would crack. He was calling them. He was pressuring them not to cooperate with the Democrats. The woman is smart. She's qualified. She's well qualified. Obama was well qualified. Them people done been in college. They know the law. They know academics. They smart. Them people, Donald Trump educational, can't touch them people. That's why he wouldn't go up against Obama. He knew he couldn't do nothing with Obama. He knew that. So he played the smart role. Wait till Obama get out of there, then I'm gonna run for president. White America right now is afraid of a black woman becoming the president of the United States. She only gonna get 4 years. Donald Trump got 4 years. He was out of there. What can a president do within 4 years? Hardly nothing. They having a fit. The sellout Negroes are doing the bidding. These are the new faces of bigotry. Look around all the black conservative platforms. They are the new faces of white supremacy. Pastors in YouTube, they all banding together. They want Trump. They pushing Trump. They ain't really necessarily pushing Trump. They just pushing down Mrs. Harris. On one hand, she's not black. On the other hand, she's black. Why y'all voting for somebody called she's black? On the other hand, she's not black. That's Candace Owens' mission, to show the world that she's not who she says she is and claims she to be. Who cares? There's nothing but hype. It's not going anywhere. What you have and say you have, all them, it's not going nowhere. You know it's not going nowhere. You're just using it against the people, and it ain't going no further in social media. Them people eating that stuff up. They making you rich. They have made her rich, and she know that. Ain't no way you got any information to prove that Barack Obama or Miss Harris is not Americans or whatever. But you know, she just trying to prove that she's not black. Who cares? She's qualified. Oh, y'all voting for baby killers. Y'all do. They throwing everything to the wall. They throwing everything to the wall. Preachers preaching against her. Y'all voting for baby killers. Y'all can't side, but yet they don't want to even hint to the sins of the Republic. They policies. It's not the conservative policies are no better than the Democrat policies. Why y'all keep voting for the Democrat? They don't give us nothing. They ain't got nothing to give us. They don't do nothing for. Or then on the other hand, why y'all always looking for the president and want people to give y'all something? Or you supposed to pull yourself up by your own bootstraps. You shouldn't depend on the government or nobody. Help yourself. They flip-flop all the time. They flip-flop. Now, tell you the truth, I may just sit this one out. I may sit this one out. And a lot of people are leaning that way. They don't want to vote for nobody. But you have the conservatives telling people, if you don't vote, you have nothing to complain about. But if you vote, you must vote for Donald Trump. Otherwise, you voted for the devil. That's the mind game play they playing on the people now. You got to vote. You should vote. You shouldn't sit it out. You're not an American citizen. You don't pay. You're not patriotic. You don't vote. You know, we have rights to vote. We should vote. Exercise right. But you got to vote for Donald Trump. Else you are the devil. Else you going to hell. You gonna burn. That's a lie. That's a lie. If they were really sincere, they wouldn't endorse either candidate. They wouldn't push either candidate. Just because some of them ain't came out and said they supporting Donald Trump, you can read between the lines. They ain't said nothing negative about him. all they videos and everything they talking about is directly against her. So is it any wonder? Is it any wonder who they voted, who they supported? Now them swaggarts, they ain't hesitating to tell you who they support. They supporting Donald Trump. Them good old Southern Baptist background and all them good old Southern Pentecostal Dixiecrats, they cannot stomach the idea of a black woman. They had to deal with Obama. They had to deal with Obama. And I worked for some people down there in Grenada, Mississippi during that time. A white-owned mom and pop company. I know for a shot of doubt, them folk couldn't stand Obama. They couldn't stand Obama. There was a white-run company. I didn't stay at that company long because I was too vulgar. I seen the way they were acting. I made my opinion. I even said something to the people one time about their driveway. The man didn't like it. I said, why don't y'all fix this driveway? One of the guys around the truck, oh, you right. So Will, that white guy, that white dude Will, he didn't like it. He ain't like a Negro speaking up. They pushed me out of there. They didn't fire me, but they mouths were already wasn't great. But they put me in a position where I quit. They just pressed, because I was calling them out on stuff they were doing. I was letting them know. Y'all got this driveway out here. When we pull out the driveway, we pulling right into the highway. A 4-lane highway. It's bumpy. We got ruts. We losing traction trying to pull out. At the drive, we got a rock driveway. We right here on the highway. I think it was Highway 82 down there in Grenada, Mississippi. The name of the company is MS Freight. Will White is the president. Chuck, Chris. I had it out with all of them. I said something to all of them. I ain't have it out with them, but I just let them know when something wasn't right. I went to work for that company. That man gave me two straps. He laid the law down now. When I went out and got the job, they want to tell you about Mississippi. Y'all think racism white supremacists don't exist? You kidding yourself. Down in the South, when you deal with a mom and pop company, white-owned company, mom and pop, and don't folks give a black man a job, they want you to literally bend over backwards and kiss their butt. Make you feel like we giving you this job and you better be appreciative. No, I'm a qualified truck driver. I got a license, I'm certified. I applied for a job. You hiring, you need drivers. Yeah, it's on you to hire me or not, but at the same time, you really can't not hire me because you need drivers. So don't try to make me feel like that if you don't hire me, I can't get a job or you my only option. That's what they do to you down south. And they had some house Negroes that drove for them. They bent over and came. I told them about their driveway. I said, man, why don't y'all fix this driveway? We got to pull. I told them that in front of everybody. I said, we pulling out into a U.S. highway. I think it's U.S. 84. Yeah, it's 84 down there in Grenada. I said, we pulling out the driveway right into a 4-lane highway with a turning lane, 5-lane. And them cars coming over that hill, either way. I said, when we get on the gas to put out the driveway, we hitting ruts. We losing traction. So we got to get out of it to let it catch itself. And at the same time, we putting out in the highway. We making ourselves vulnerable. We don't have that much time to pull out because them cars coming over this hill. And the man Chuck, not Will, the man Chuck said he know. He said, you right, LaVar. You know, you right about it. I said, I know. Will didn't like it. Will didn't like it. They don't like when a Negro have an opinion, have something to say. Like I said, when I started down there, he gave me 2 straps to go in the trailer. They weren't even ratchet straps. They were just like pull tight straps that you can't hardly pull tight. I said, this all we get for the securement of the load? He said, yeah. I said, okay, well, what if I go out and buy my own straps? Would you reimburse me for the straps? He said, no. So you gonna give me these two pull tight straps that you can't really pull tight enough in the trailer to pull it tight to pull the walls together to try to secure. You can only pull the little slack out that you can. Some might say that's sufficient enough, and they were hauling something, everything that really shouldn't be hauled. I had 2 or 3 of them loads. They don't like when a Negro have an opinion. They run a company, they run business all sorts of ways, just they way or no way, and they run it in the ground. They don't care. A Negro coming down got an opinion, gonna tell them about themselves and tell them they want you out of there. They want you gone. How dare you come here and tell us about our driveway? How dare you come here and tell us we putting y'all at risk? You're putting us out there in the highway, a store right here, and the traffic coming over here, a 4-lane highway coming over the hill, east and west, where you can see coming from the east, you can see real good, but coming from the west, they came over a hill, 2-lane highway, running about 60, 65 miles an hour. How in the world I'm supposed to pull out this driveway? I got to stop because I'm spinning anyway. Ain't that a recipe for disaster? The man said, one guy said, yeah, you're right. Will wasn't trying to hear it. Wasn't too much longer. I ain't lasted. They got rid of me. It's just the way it is. This is what's going on now. They are afraid of black folk, people of color, taking over. We see it. They see it coming. That woman's smart. She's super smart. Her speech might not be up to par like some said it, but she much better than Trump. She articulates much better than Trump. Sundown Town, all that, yeah. Grenada, Mississippi. I dealt with a mom and pop company not too long ago. I got a short video. MS Freight, down there in Grenada. That's a prime example. They still operate. White man, that white guy, that one white person, then all of them had that, like they had, you go in their building, you go in their office, they had crosses everywhere. They got crosses on the truck, had crosses on the truck. Bible quotes. Them the good old Dixiecrats. Negroes don't have no value. We hire you to go to work. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. They sent me to get some bad loads one time. I told them my opinion on it. I said, why y'all getting these loads? Come to loading these broker loads in these trailers that y'all cannot haul. You getting freight claims. Cause the people, y'all just taking these loads and taking chances on them, putting them in the trailer. These people, driver telling y'all something ain't right about the load, y'all ignoring the driver. Then we got a claim. I had about, in a short period of time working at the company, I stayed there about 2.5 years. I had about 3 or 4 loads that had claims on them that were due to them not listening to the driver.